stop what you're doing. If you're even thinking about spending thousands of dollars on an M2 Ultra Max Studio right now, you need to pause for a second. Put your wallet away. Apple just made a move behind the scenes that tells us more than any official keynote ever could. They completely skipped the M4 Ultra. And let me tell you, that is not a random delay. That is a highly calculated strategy, and it means the upcoming M5 Max Studio is going to change everything. Buying a Mac desktop right now is a massive trap, and today I'm going to explain exactly why you need to wait. Right now, Apple's desktop lineup is in a very strange place. Think about it. You have an M4 Max MacBook Pro that can literally outperform older Mac Pro and Mac Studio models that cost way more money. Imagine paying over $7,000 for a massive metal tower that gets beaten by a laptop you can fit in your backpack. That is not a good look for Apple, and they know it. This is exactly why the M5 Max Studio matters so much. It is not just an upgrade. It is a massive course correction for their entire Pro lineup. All the signs are pointing to it launching soon. Shipping delays are increasing on current models. Code leaks are surfacing deep inside macOS. Supply chain hints out of Asia are getting louder by the day. Apple is clearly preparing for something huge. Let's talk about the Mac Pro for a second. The sad truth is that the Mac Pro has completely lost its identity. Yes, it looks incredibly powerful. It feels premium. It has that giant aluminum cheese grater body that screams professional grade. But when you look inside, it is just running another standard M-series chip. There is no external graphics card support. There is limited internal expansion that the vast majority of people will never even use. Unless you need a very specific, niche add-on card for audio or video production, it is incredibly hard to justify the massive price tag of the Mac Pro. Because of this, the Mac Studio has quietly become Apple's real desktop flagship. It is compact. It is dead quiet, even under heavy loads. It has incredibly useful front ports, and it does not take over your entire desk. Apple absolutely nailed the physical design of the Mac Studio on the very first try. They know they got it right. That is exactly why the 2026 model will almost certainly keep the exact same exterior body. There is no need to change a perfect chassis. All the magic is going to happen on the inside. Now, let's get into the performance, because this is where things get crazy. We already have a solid idea of what the base M5 chip can do, because the architecture has been tested in the new iPad Pro. Early numbers suggest we're going to see around a 15% boost in single-core performance. But the real story is the GPU. The graphics jump is going to be massive. That alone sounds like a solid reason to upgrade. But the biggest rumor is far more interesting. There are major reports indicating that Apple might finally separate the CPU and GPU blocks in this upcoming generation. Ever since the original M1, Apple has packed everything into one single piece of silicon. The CPU, the GPU, the memory, all fused together. This design is incredibly efficient and insanely powerful. But it also forces buyers into very strict, fixed configurations. If you want more CPU power, Apple forces you to also buy more GPU cores. If you need massive GPU strength for rendering, you still have to pay a premium for extra CPU headroom that you might not even use. There is zero flexibility. But if Apple truly splits these processing blocks for the M5, it could finally allow for tailored configurations. Maybe you are a software developer who needs massive CPU cores for compiling code, but you do not care about graphics. Or maybe you're a 3D artist who needs all the GPU power in the world above all else. Separate blocks could mean you finally get to build the exact Mac you need. Of course, Apple might also be doing this just to improve their own manufacturing yields and reduce their production costs. Smaller individual components are much easier and cheaper to produce than one giant megachip. That does not mean the prices will drop for us, but it does show a massive shift in how Apple is building computers. Now, let's talk about the ultra high-end. The M5 Ultra chip will likely follow the same formula as before. It will be two M5 Max chips fused together using Apple's Ultra Fusion technology. Okay, on paper, this sounds like an absolute dream. You double the cores, you double the memory bandwidth, and you double the power. But historically, real-world results have not always matched the theory. Many heavy applications actually struggle to scale perfectly across two chips acting as one. Some professional workflows only see a 30% improvement instead of double the speed. That is incredibly frustrating when you're paying almost twice the price for the Ultra model. If Apple can improve the communication bridge between these two dies and reduce the latency, the M5 Ultra could finally feel completely worth the money. But until we see actual benchmarks, the M5 Max model might still be the smarter, safer buy for most professional users. Storage is another critical area that desperately needed attention. On previous base models, Apple actually used slower solid-state drive speeds than people expected for premium machines. If you're just doing light tasks or browsing the web, that slower speed did not really matter. But the Mac Studio is built for professionals. If you're scrubbing through 8K video timelines, loading massive raw photo libraries, or training heavy datasets, storage speed can completely make or break your entire experience. The good news is that the M5 generation appears to finally improve these NAND flash speeds across the board. It is not exactly a revolutionary change, but it is an absolutely necessary fix for a machine in 2026. Then there is the Studio display. The current monitor is years old. It still runs at a basic 60 Hz, and it still costs roughly $2,000. That is getting very hard to defend in today's market. Leaks suggest the new 2026 model could finally move to a 90 Hz refresh rate. There are also rumors it might use mini LED technology for much better contrast and deep blacks. That would make the Studio display feel modern and premium again. However, Apple will likely stop short of giving it a full 120 Hz promotion display, just so they can protect the sales of their super expensive Pro Display XDR. And yes, rumors say Apple might include another A-series iPhone chip inside the new monitor just for webcam processing and spatial audio features. Does a desktop monitor really need a smartphone chip inside of it? Probably not. But Apple absolutely loves adding their own silicon to justify high premium pricing. Speaking of pricing, you should expect costs to stay very high. Global memory prices are climbing fast due to massive artificial intelligence demand and supply chain pressures. The base M5 Max Studio will likely remain right around that $1,999 mark. The Ultra version will probably stay close to $3,999. If Apple pushes the price any higher than that, they seriously risk losing professional buyers to high-end custom PC alternatives. So, what is the final verdict? Who should actually upgrade? If you are still sitting on a first-generation M1 Ultra Max Studio, this M5 release might finally be your moment. The jump in CPU speed, GPU rendering, and overall power efficiency is going to be incredibly meaningful for your daily workflow. But if you're already on an M2 or M3 machine, these improvements might just feel incremental rather than completely transformative. The biggest mistake you could possibly make right now would be buying an older M2 Ultra model just weeks or months before a massive refresh. Patience always wins in the tech world. Even if the upcoming M5 does not completely blow you away, waiting is still the smartest move. When a new one drops, the older models will immediately drop in price. Refurbished deals will flood the market. Retail discounts will grow significantly. There's almost no scenario where buying a Mac Studio today makes any logical sense, unless your current computer just broke and you urgently need a replacement for paid client work. In my honest opinion, the Mac Studio still remains the most perfectly balanced desktop Apple has ever made. It delivers breathtaking performance without the massive, unnecessary bulk of the Mac Pro. If this M5 generation truly fixes the internal scaling issues and gives us better storage speeds, it could easily become the most logical, perfect Pro desktop Apple has released in a decade. But we also have to remember that this is Apple. They still tightly control storage upgrades. They still charge way too much money for extra memory. And they still limit user customization. So be smart with your money. Wait for the real-world benchmarks. Wait for the honest reviews, and then make a decision. Because this upcoming launch is not just another boring chip update. It is Apple finally trying to fix a very messy desktop lineup. If you liked the video, subscribe, share the video, and hit the bell icon. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Are you waiting for the M5 Max Studio, or are you buying something else? See you in the next one.